Hey everybody, it's ASIC Eric, and it's about a week after we finished up the paint on this guy. I posted this sticker thing on YouTube as a post. It was an experiment to see how many people actually read posts instead of videos, and got a lot of feedback on it. Thank you, everybody. Comments. So I'm not sure everybody got a chance to see this, but this is just a decal sitting here. But to make this clear to everybody, these are the decals for a 74 Z28. This is a 77, so it's not the right sticker for the car, but I've just always liked these stickers. I had a 74 and it had these stickers on it, and I like it. A bunch of people commented on that blue stripe, and yes, that's supposed to be there, so red, white, and blue, I suspect. I actually like that. It really set off the edge of the sticker, but not everybody cares for it. But anyway, this was an experiment. I was originally going to paint these stripes on. This would be the tuxedo black, so the metallic black, and then some kind of pearlish white or something in there. It's a very complicated stripe, as you can see, to paint. I did the prototype. Let me go find that. Hang on. Yeah, so there's the test I did a bunch of years ago, just to give you an idea of what it looks like if you paint it. You can go back and see that video if you want. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about this here today, but I just wanted to go over the issues in the paint with people and see what people think. There's a lot of trash in here. We've talked about it in the other videos. A lot of the stuff that you see here is clear coat, overspray, stuff, whatever, that will buff out fine. But a bunch of this stuff is just big, chunky, nasty stuff that is way down in the base coat in some cases, and I'm not really sure I'm going to be able to do anything with it. I'll give you some examples. We've talked about it in other videos. I'm trying not to drop my phone here in the process. But like right here, I don't know if my phone's going to focus on this stuff. There. So see, that's a big chunky yuck that goes way down in there. And then there's a bunch of stuff like this that's just nightmare fuel. Where are you? There. That's a big, I hope I can zoom in real close to this here. Yeah. So that's like a piece of wire or something. There you go. Get a shot of that. So there's stuff like this going on that's all the way down in the base coat. So I can't really sand that out. And the problem with this stuff is the way it catches the light. If you come at it from one angle, you can really see it. In other places, you can't. Let me get some light here. So also give you a chance to see the metallics a little better. I'll bring some light in on this. Let's see here. Try and find some of this nastiness. Like here, again, I don't know if the phone's gonna pick this up. It's pretty hard. Like here's a good spot. Hopefully you can see this stuff here. So you see the dark spots. There you go. That's way down in there. There's a bunch of crap like that you see here. That is not going to buff out. And there's this part of the car, I just took the worst of it. I don't know why. This spot of the car just got annihilated with all this black stuff. And it's all over the place. Like I say, you go back to this stuff over here again. You can see it's ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. So if you go along the front of the car here, you'll just see these patches of dark junk. And I don't really think there's anything I can do about it. It's so far down in there. So there's just a bunch of these little black spots and things in the paint. Try and catch them here. Like I said, it's hard without the light hitting it the right way. But anyway, so I don't think there's a lot I can do about that. And what I was saying after talking to various people, I think the crap is coming from here. And if you look at that belt is really chewed up, and so I'm thinking it's just blowing chunks out of there. And if you look at the fan blades down there, they're just filthy. It's frustrating because when we painted the car, before we painted the car, I had all this covered up back here. Let me see if I can get this thing to refocus. Hang on. I had all this covered up with plastic because I didn't want all this dirt coming out of this thing. But the problem was the air was coming from under the house, and when we turned on the exhaust fan, it was pulling air through here, and it was coming up in here and going up under the ceiling and ballooning out all of this plastic, and I was worried about the plastic falling off the ceiling, so we just took down all that plastic. In retrospect, what I should have done, now that I'm thinking about it, is I should have taken that exhaust filter material that I have over there and just stuck it in front of the compressor right here. That would have made sense. I just cover this up right here with that exhaust stuff, and then it would be blowing it into there. But too late now, so I'm stuck with it now. There's not much I can do about it. I would say, yeah, I don't know, 90% of the car is probably okay. But there's just get that little spot right there, if that'll focus. I can't find it. But there are a bunch of little blemishes like that around the car. There's one big, horrifically nasty one here somewhere. So I can go find that, hang on. Just the kind of stuff that I have to deal with here. That one right there. There you go. I think you can see that. That shouldn't be hard to see. Right? It's not like a hair or something. I don't know what on earth that is. Most of the car is okay. Let's say the driver's side of the car is pretty clean. There's not a lot going on here, so most of the damage is on the passenger side. So it all looks pretty good as you go around the car. The trunk didn't get it too bad. There's a little bit of it back here, but I don't think it's going to be super noticeable. So basically the car is clean. That one right there is nasty. I'm going to sand it and see how well that comes out, if I can do anything with it or not. A little spot right there. And there might be a few more of those across the roof here, but they're not, I don't really see much up there. There's just a bunch of this small stuff, so I think most of that will sand out. Side of the car is okay. So it's really just this front fender and the hood really is where all the brutality. Wow, I didn't see that one. A nasty one right there. Zoom in, let's see. Try and get a good shot of that. Yuck. That's ugly. Anyway. So if anybody has any advice on that, I think really the only way that that's going to be able to be fixed is sand this down and repaint it. I could try to do a blend on this. I've never really, I did a blend on my Ford Flex bumper, but that was a lot simpler, I think. And blending on this paint, I just really don't understand how that even works. Because basically, you know, this has got 3 layers of the mid coat on it to get it this dark. So I would have to paint the base coat all over again. And then, you try and fade it out. So you've got heavy base coat and then it just kind of fades away. Then you got to put 3 layers of the mid coat on, fading out to none. And, how on earth do you fade that thing across so you don't see that edge, right? Because if you did it perfectly, of course, it would be fine. But, theoretically, some of the mid coat's going to go over places where you don't want it. It's going to be a little too dark, and vice versa. If you don't put enough on, it's going to be too light. So it seemed to me like you'd be able to see how that worked, but I don't know. I've watched a bunch of videos on people doing blends on this paint, and they make it look easy, but I don't think it's going to be that easy. And that's another reason why I like the stripe, is it just covers up most of the hood where the problems are. So I'm not going to worry about this for right now. I can't do anything about it right now, so I'm just going to let this sit for another week. It's 100 degrees out here today, so I can't work on the car anyway. So next weekend, hopefully it'll be cooler. We'll come along and we'll sand this stuff down. I'm thinking 600 wet for a flow coat. Again, I'm not really sure what grit to use for a flow coat, but I think 600 would probably be fine. Maybe up to 1,000, I don't know, but it's got to have some tooth, right, for the clear to bite onto. Otherwise, it's going to. So 600 might be the right answer. I have some 800 dry, I have some 1,000 wet. I have a few different grits to work with. But anyway, so sand all this stuff down. That'll take care of most of the little glitches that you see in the paint. These little specks and things. Those will all go away. I will sand down, these big heavy chunks as best as I can. And then they're just going to be what they are. So there might be a black spot left there when I'm done. I could try to, put a little dab of paint on it or something to cover it up. But I don't really know. I don't know if you can see this here, how obvious this is. I don't know, you can see the spot. I'm just trying to see if you can see the dark spots there. How much that shows up. I can't cover that up, right? It's just like it sits all the way down in the base coat. So anybody has any ideas on that, let me know. But anyway, as I was saying, we're going to sand all this down, flow coat it. And that will make it look, as my buddy Richard likes to say, good from afar, but far from good. So it'll be one of those things that even if I can't really do much with those specs and things, the car looks fantastic. You stand back and look at it, and it's just amazing. So until you get up close and personal, you can't see any of that stuff. So it's not so bad. But I'd like to be able to fix it if I could. I don't think I can without repainting this part. And of course, this one back here is just like the worst place, right? Because I can't, how do you blend that, right? And you can't, the blend goes into the quarter panel and the roof, and it's a really bad place. And I have those blemishes back here on the quarters. I don't know how they're going to come out either. So to properly fix all this stuff, it's pretty much a full repaint, I think, but I'm not going to concern myself with that right now. So we're just going to make it look the best we can, and say, yep, it's a garage paint job and it's got flaws, and that's just how it is. And I'm not disappointed. It would be nicer if I didn't have to deal with this, but like I said, it looks really nice when you stand back and look at it. So I'm not going to worry about it. All right, we're going to wrap it up here, keep it short. The other thing on these stripes too is, they go around the back of the car too. So they have the kit. You can put the Z28 stripe. Has the Z28 on it again for with or without spoiler. We have a spoiler, of course, so the stripes come back around here, and then they wrap up over the spoiler, and it says Z28 on the back of the spoiler. So we have all this stuff. I'll probably stick them on because they're decals, and if we don't like them, we can take them off, right? So it's not the end of the world. But I like it. Remember, the bottom of the car down here has got the black accent on it. We're probably going to do the black accent inside the little lights there. So it ties it all together nicely, I think. I know they're very polarizing. Big, loud graphics like this. Some people are just like, what the heck are you thinking? Other people really like it. So I know there's never going to be any uniform agreement on that, and I'm not worried about that. We're gonna do what we think is right for us. Oh yeah, I didn't show a video with the wheels on. I showed pictures. There's the video. Those wheels look so sharp. Really, really like those wheels. I think you can see how nice those look. And it's really the first time we put it all together where we got a chance to see what the ride height looks like. So these guys tuck pretty nice up under there. The front wheels, same thing. Got a nice little tuck on them. We haven't adjusted the coilovers or anything, so we can probably move these up or down a little bit from where they are. But they sure look shiny and nice. All right, everybody. That's probably going to do it. Unless it's really cool tomorrow, I might come out here and work on the spoiler or something. Get those ready for flow coating. But if not, it'll be another week before we attack it again. So take it easy, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.